Hello. Martin here with your part 2. Ask Martin anything. We split them up into manageable chunks on recommendations and psychologists. So now there are less than 10 minutes because we know that's your attention span. Oh, I know. I don't say it's not me saying that. It's just other people who seem to know what they're talking about, who seem to think that that's all you can cope with 10 minutes of me. Well, it's probably a good thing. So let's go on with your questions. Anyway, remember, it's hashtag Ask Martin Monday on my Twitter, which is at TV Martin Roberts. And then we recycle them in an environmentally friendly fashion. All the questions on this, which is Ask Martin Anything, which is on my YouTube channel, which, of course, as I said before, I'd like you to subscribe to. Do answer questions on here as well, because we will hopefully find those as well. But it's slightly more reliable if you do it on a Monday on my Twitter. Karen Morgan, good morning. Good morning, Martin. How many homes at the Hammers do you fill at a time? Well, at the moment, it's one a day. So one, not whole show, one property. So that's literally at the moment I'm just doing one property per day, so quite a lot of effort to fill the 3 properties in each show, but hopefully as lockdown restrictions get less, that will get slightly better. We used to do 2 properties in one day, normally in the same area, so Derby or Stoke or Chester or Crewe or Plymouth or whatever it might have been. But now it's the restrictions. It's just me and a cameraman, and one property a day. To Nottingham tomorrow. I haven't been there for a while. And this week I was in Bradford. Flowers and chains. Hello, flowers and chains. Once a concrete floor has been dug out, then relaid to include a damp-proof membrane in a stone cottage with penetrating damp, presently fixed but an integral problem, is it possible to retrofit water pipe underfloor heating? Alternatively, is electric underfloor heating viable? Well, so you've done the damp-proof membrane. I think your only option is to do the electric, because otherwise you're going to have to dig out the concrete that you put in. So I would do the electric. That's a thin web of stuff, and then you lay it under your tiles. You need to make sure you've got the electric supply and the special controller and all that kind of stuff for it. But I would say that would be a better way to go. Just make sure that you use the right kind of grouting and the right kind of tile adhesive, because you have to use special stuff if it's going to be underfloor heating around it. I think this is a bit more flexible and all that kind of stuff. Morning, Martin. This comes from Egg Steve. Hi. During the auction, who are the people standing behind the auctioneers looking constantly across the room? Are they there to assist in case she misses somebody? Yes, they are. They're spotters, basically. They can also be on the telephones, people who are making telephone bids. But primarily, you've got a very crowded auction room, when we used to have crowded auction rooms, right? They're there to spot somebody who is raising their hand, maybe not seen, because the auctioneer's only got one pair of eyes. So if you've got a big auction room with 200, 300 people, as they used to be, then you might not see somebody at the back who's raising their arm, or some people don't like to be too overt in how they bid, so it might be a wink or that's a small point, by the way. People say, it's one of the things people say to me is, I'm worried about going to the auction because I might buy something by mistake. Well, look, the estate agent, the auctioneer, knows who's bidding really and who's not. So you won't accidentally scratch your nose and bid. Now, if he is looking at you and you've engaged with him to be bidding, and you are doing this, then he will take that as a sign. So that's fine. But however, saying that, don't do what one lady I met did, was that she was sitting in the auction room and a friend comes in. And so she waves across the room to a friend, hello, I'm over here, woo, woo, and sold to the lady in the hat. It's like, oops. So don't do that. That's what they're for. Kaz, hi Kaz. Does a conservatory add value to a house? Is it worth money? It depends on what the conservatory costs, and it depends on what the house is worth. I would say on balance, probably. It certainly adds a nice living space. Depends how it's put up. Depends if it's got things like central heating in it. If it feels like it's part of the house. How it's integrated with the house. I would say probably on balance, but clearly you're going to be careful spending £20,000 on a conservatory on a house that's only worth 60. You're not going to probably get it back in those instances, but it might help you to sell. Dan Kenyon, hi Dan. If you were a dog, what breed would you be? Well, they always look. Let's do this right. Charlie is my editor. Does a great job. And on Charlie. Let's get some pictures up of people who look like their dogs. Let's just go through a few of these. Look at that. And that one? And how about that one? And that one? I mean, there is an uncanny resemblance, right? So I think people are attracted to the dogs that look a bit like them. So I've always had golden retrievers, and I had my first ever dog was a golden retriever. Gosh, when he died, that was the worst day of my life. Well, that's not quite fair, but it was pretty up there. And I've had golden retrievers ever since, until Milo died 6 months or so ago. But about 4 or 5 years ago, we started having Labradoodles, and Waffle, my Labradoodle, is going to appear, by the way. I did a story with her. So when I was up in Wales last week, I took Waffle with me. So she appears in a forthcoming episode going around the house. So you get to see Waffle. She has appeared before, actually, which is wonderful. And she's a Labradoodle, a hairy Labradoodle, big golden fluffy thing. And yeah, so I don't know. I'd either be a golden retriever or probably a Labradoodle. And in fact, that is the last question. So listen, I hope you enjoyed that. Just remember the old things. If you want to get hold of me, it's at TV Martin Roberts on a Monday. Hashtag at TV, sorry, it's you know what I mean. Hashtag Ask Martin Monday on Twitter at TV Martin Roberts. And then, of course, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with more of your questions next week.